All right, everyone, it's August 1st. LEGO is releasing a bunch of brand new sets along a variety of themes. We're here at the Beechwood Mall LEGO store. We are going to be checking things out. Lots of idea sets, icons, Technic, Speed Champions. Here in the United States, a lot of City Friends sets. Those are all coming out for the first time today. There are some gifts with purchase, so I'm going to check out, see what they have, how things are going, probably pick up something because, yeah, it's something we like to do here. So let's check out what's at the LEGO store. All right, we are back from the LEGO store. Here is our haul in this bag. As I typically do, I'm going to remove it from the table just so I have some room to move my arms because, yeah, I talk with my hands. I'm 50% Italian. It's okay. But, oh my gosh, the line was crazy. I got there about 30 minutes before the store opened. I was 10th in line, and I thought, that's fine. It's not going to grow all that much between now and when the store opens. I was wrong. The line grew significantly. There were probably 30 people, 35 people in line before the store opened. But then when I left the store, the line was even longer. Like, it grew while I was in the store, and I wasn't in the store all that long. In fact, it was so jam-packed. I didn't take a ton of pictures. I do want to show you, though, some of the things that were going on in the LEGO store because it was crazy in a good way. There were so many families there. Kids were walking up to the display windows to the left and right of the main door. I didn't take pictures of them because there were so many people looking at those and I want to respect their privacy, but they were waving at the Pokemon. It was all Pokemon all the time. And in fact, if you take a look at some of the pictures I have, they had end caps full of the new Pokemon sets coming out. They had the demonstration table just like they did with Star Wars Smart Play, but this time with Pokemon. The employee was there showing people how all of the different features worked. They had another section of shelving where all of the Pokemon Smart Play sets were. They also had the older releases and the new buildable ones that were coming out, like the Arcanine and the Rayquaza. So those were going off the shelves pretty quickly. In fact, I was talking with Ian, who came up to me after I left the store about how impressive the line was. In fact, it was the first time he was at the LEGO store when there was a line, but multiple people leaving the store with the massive plastic bags full of, by and large, Pokemon LEGO sets. So that was definitely a huge, huge day for them. But there were, of course, other releases coming out. In our preview video, we talked about 80 plus sets, depending on which country you're living in. And there were a lot of those available at the LEGO store. They had the E.T. and the X-Files sets that were there. They had the X-Files on display built, so that was really nice to see that one. They also had a number of the Star Wars releases, and those were flying off the shelves pretty quickly. They had Donkey Kong, and I didn't see a lot of people getting that one, so it didn't seem like that was as popular as clearly Pokemon or Star Wars or X-Files. They had a bunch of those on the shelves and in the back. In fact, when I walked in, they're like, if you're getting X-Files, you can go ahead and get in line because we've got a bunch of those in the back. You don't have to take them off the shelves there. They had the new Minecraft sets. Those were going not as much as the other ones. They had the new Animal Crossing. They had city sets that were available that were part of the August wave here in the United States. A couple of the brand new sets that I saw on display included the Kiss artwork by Gustav Klimt. That one looked great on display. It was built there, and even though it's not one that I plan on getting because I'm not big into the LEGO art, it looks very impressive. The Fantastic Four Herbie was also in stock, and I thought that was nice. There were other sets that were nice to see in stock, like the Creel House. That was one that took a long time to really get consistently in stock. And then they also had a number of tables with last chance to buy. These weren't discounted sets, but they did have a variety of sets, including a lot of Ninjago sets, such as the workshops, and they even had the Moon Gazing Inn as the last chance to buy. So that one might be retiring or at least leaving store shelves in person rather soon. And I was trying to grab some photos of those sets for y'all. but it was tough because there were so many people in line. I checked out the Pick a Brick wall, and that had a lot of foliage on it, the larger leaves that we've had over the years in both regular green and white. And I think they also had the bright pink as well. So if you were in the foliage, they had those. They had some nice 1x3 bricks in reddish brown and 2x2 bricks in orange, but I wasn't there for the Pick a Brick wall. Instead, I was there to get one set in particular, and it's the X-Files. I think this looks really, really cool. And I'm like, if I get this set, it makes sense to get it on day one because it does come with the Scully's Lab gift with purchase. This one, I think is going to be really interesting for a lot of fans. They're going to want to get this one. I'm going to build it and review it. In fact, the review might come out before this video does, so you might even know that I got this set. But I think it looks great, and it's really the only set coming out that I was interested in today that I thought was worth getting on day one. We've talked about this many times on the channel, where there are sometimes it might make sense to get sets day one, especially for us. I can review the gift with purchase and bring in some revenue for that. It's never going to fully offset the cost of a set like this, but it does help. And so I try to do that cost evaluation in my head as to what we might get between reviewing this set and the gift with purchase. And it made sense for us to grab this one now. But sets like E.T., La Katrina, and the Donkey Kong set, to me, I think those are going to go on sale at some point. And if I'm going to get them, then I'm going to wait for those deals to come out, whether it's a decent discount at LEGO stores or online at other retailers, or even double points with gifts with purchase. Those are another opportunity to pick sets up like that, even if it means waiting for a year and a half to get those right deals. I think it totally makes sense to do that. And I think these sets are priced a little bit higher than I would want, including this one, to be honest. I'm going to reserve judgment until I review this. I think $200 might be a bit much for it, but again, with the gift with purchase, I think that helps offset that cost. So I hope you were able to take advantage of any deals and gifts with purchase if you were getting anything. And if you were waiting for better deals, I applaud you. You're doing the right thing to maximize your LEGO budget. If you did go to the store, comment down below if you saw the same thing I did, because the Pokemon craze, I was not expecting given some of the online sales that we saw on Amazon for the Pokemon Smart Play. And honestly, I didn't think it would be that big because I was there for Star Wars on the Smart Brick release, and there weren't a lot of people interested in those. But the kids were digging the Pokemon sets. So that was really, really cool to see. And hey, if LEGO gets something with that Smart Play, more power to them. It's definitely not something that I'm all that interested in. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Always remember to keep building together.